Ignition. We have liftoff.
Rezolve AI shareholders, how are you doing today? Well, we are in a heavyweight fight, a brawl, fisticuffs with the short sellers, manipulators, the Fuzzy Pandas, and with haters who never own the stock but want to trash us and just keep us down for some reason. Now, in round one, we were in control. We were at about $3 a share at the end of August. 2 weeks later, more than doubled, hitting about $8, just about $8. We came out on fire. That's right. We thought we were the best around, that nothing was going to be able to take us down. We were so confident, but it was only round one. Round two, the shorts came to fight. Round two started with Grizzly Research shorting Rezolve, October 1st, right when we were at about $7 a share. Short selling firm Grizzly Research announced that it is shorting Rezolve AI stock as the short seller believes the company is a sham. And we went down hard at that point. I wasn't sure we were going to be able to get up off the canvas. Now, round three started with a Fuzzy Panda getting into the action. They hit us with a low blow. The report alleged that Rezolve AI was faking ARR by acquiring failed startups with declining revenue, and that our LLM is just a marketing hype, a chat GPT wrapper. After another beatdown, we got back up again to face our next opponent. So as the Grizzly Research reports and the Fuzzy Panda Research reports came out, it took a toll on our stock price, from almost $8 a share down to almost $2 a share. Was there anything that we could do to salvage this fall? And then Dan said those few magical words that echoed through the halls of data centers across the world.
I didn't hear no bell.
That's right, Dan. I didn't hear no bell either. Get back in the fight. Now, Rezolve AI continued to get pounded by the shorts, the manipulators, the haters. They wanted to keep us down. Any other company would have been under at this point, but not Rezolve. We hung in there, and it was tough. They were hitting us from every angle, but we needed help. We needed someone to deliver, somebody from the shadows. Could Dan deliver? Oh, and he did. He came out of the shadows and delivered $209 million ARR to end 2025 and $17 million in revenue for December alone. Nobody was expecting those numbers, and there's more to come. Now, the announcers were absolutely stunned by the numbers that Dan had delivered for Rezolve. Now, I thought I saw somebody in the crowd cheering us on. Yes. Did you notice that? I don't know if they had any money on the fight, but I could see them clapping for us when we got a good shot in or two. Amazon, yes, that's right. Amazon expects to partner with third-party agents and has engaged in conversations with some providers, though we didn't offer names. But these third parties like ChatGPT, they say it's a trend that poses a threat to Amazon's margins and relationships with its customers. When a consumer uses ChatGPT to initiate a purchase, for example, OpenAI collects a small fee from each transaction. And if these retailers are going to use ChatGPT, they're going to risk relinquishing transactions on their site to pay a toll on someone else's highway for the same transaction. Some companies are trying to find a middle ground between working with agent providers and competing against them. Now, right now, Amazon is blocking external AI agents from crawling it, part of an effort to wall off its valuable training data for rivals. Amazon has blocked 47 bots, including those from all of the major AI companies, according to the website. Dan Wagner with Rezolve has mentioned this before. He said that Rezolve acts as like the bouncer outside of the warehouse so that these agents can't just come in and make a mess of things inside the company's warehouse. Rezolve AI can be part of the process, part of the solution for this. Dan has said this in several interviews, like we're the bouncer outside of the warehouse as well. We have that capability. Amazon has also taken Perplexity to court. Amazon alleged Perplexity took steps to conceal its agents so they could continue to scrape Amazon's website without its approval. There's been continued testing on these sites, and in one instance, they tried to purchase a cable knit sweater from Abercrombie and Fitch, but Perplexity's agents repeatedly spit out error messages even though both products were in stock on the retailer's website, and he eventually gave up. Then earlier this month, searching for a coffee machine on ChatGPT, it suggested a specific espresso maker. When he clicked on the product, he was surprised to see an image of a garden rake. So he said these crawlers go out, they pull in this data, and you never know exactly what they're going to get. That's why we think retailers are always going to want the customer to go to their e-commerce site, their website. And that's where Rezolve does their magic. But we can also be that bouncer outside of the warehouse so that if a company does need us to interact with these AI agents, these different agents out there, we can allow those to come through that we trust and block others from coming in that we don't trust or that we don't know about. Now, the reality is that Amazon is not going to need Rezolve. Amazon has their own technology. They have the resources. They have the tech know-how. They're not going to need Rezolve's help. But there are thousands upon thousands of e-commerce sites that are going to need our help. They're going to want the customers to come to their website, and we're going to be there to help get the customer to the right material to prevent cart abandonment. We're also going to act as that bouncer outside of the warehouse, preventing rogue AI agents, bots, just to come and go as they please, making mistakes, making the brand look bad. We already heard about the Sierra AI debacle. There are many roles that Rezolve AI can play for thousands upon thousands of e-commerce sites.
The second way is that actually the retail site will be interacting with an agent, with a digital programmable bit of code that will come to the site and interrogate the site on behalf of an end user that might be talking to Siri or might be talking to ChatGPT or Perplexity. So I'm having a conversation with ChatGPT about where I want to go on holiday or what bag I want to buy or whatever it happens to be. And they, in turn, are sending agents off into the internet to interrogate sites. Now, the problem with that, there's a great opportunity there, of course. It makes the convenience and everything else. But from the other side is from the retailer side, if they open their doors and allow these agents in, it's like opening their warehouse to a whole load of rogue marauders who are going to come take stuff off the shelves. There's no control, and they lose control. So they need to put in process to control the conversation with these agents, and that's the second thing we do. So we provide two solutions. One, which is engaging with a customer who arrives at the site to give them a wonderful experience, and the other is to protect the site when talking to digital agents that inevitably will come to the site to have a conversation on behalf of a user who may be interacting with a service like Perplexity or ChatGPT. Well, I think that if they put in place technology like ours that has this agentic interface that can talk to these agents from Perplexity, from ChatGPT, from Siri, from Google Assistant, from Gemini, and from whoever else, and control the narrative. Think of it as a bouncer standing in front of the warehouse, allowing these agents in to see what they want them to see and not what they don't want them to see, but at the same time requesting of them, who are you talking to? Are you talking to Dan Wagner? He's a great customer, give him an upgrade, and so on. That's absolutely essential when dealing with these agents because they're just the same as dealing with the customer direct. They're just agents on behalf of that customer. So we're providing both solutions.
Morgan Stanley said it best. We believe agentic commerce, in effect, the ability to have a personal digital interactive shopper, is set to be the best next substantial Gen AI enabled unlock. We're right there, guys. We're right here. Well, what do we have here? We have talked in previous Rezolve videos about Sierra AI making some big mistakes with Gap, embarrassing the company. Well, Gap and Banana Republic in Mexico, yeah, they want our services. They've come around, and this is just the start. The USA sales team should be rolling out any day now. All right, well, another day in the books, and we seem to be stuck around the $2.20 to $3 range, playing in that range. Many traders are playing around in there and making some money, rinse and repeat. Now, Rezolve appears to have all the right fundamentals, trading below its intrinsic value, all this positive news coming out, continued increases in ARR guidance and revenue, USA sales reps rolling out in January. I expect press releases, Dan. Bring them. I should be hearing about dozens upon dozens of new USA clients here in the next month or so. If Rezolve can demonstrate that the bulk of the revenue growth will come from sources other than professional services and acquisitions, then it would be massive. And I need to see audited results. Until then, we are in wait and see mode. Because the biggest force holding the stock back is Dan's history along with the previous short seller reports, the allegations. They've created a situation where people may not want to hold the stock for long periods of time in fear of a massive down day. This belief that Dan is a fraudster. Yeah, I guess that's why dozens and dozens of Microsoft and Google employees are coming and joining the Rezolve team. Potential shareholders who want to be shareholders are on the sidelines. They're in fear. Once we have the all clear with the audit, I hope that it's game on. I think we're still undervalued here. The stock's not moving up. Now, valuations don't always matter in certain time periods of a stock's history, but they eventually do. And if what we've been told by Dan so far is true, buckle up. All right, well, I hope you're doing well. Take care. Bye.